Shaquille O'Neal's Legendary Car Collection, a documentary. Welcome back to Apex Torque, where we explore the most incredible automotive collections on the planet. Today's journey takes us into the extraordinary garage of one of basketball's most iconic figures. Standing at 7 feet 1 inch tall and weighing 325 pounds, Shaquille O'Neal dominated the basketball court like few others in history. But here's something most people never consider. What happens when a giant among men needs to navigate a world built for average-sized individuals? Think about your daily commute, your sedan, your SUV, whatever you drive to work each morning. Now imagine trying to fold a frame that massive into that same space. It's nearly impossible. And that's precisely why Shaq's automotive collection isn't just impressive, it's absolutely necessary. Every vehicle you're about to see has been meticulously modified, stretched, chopped, or completely reimagined to accommodate someone of his extraordinary stature. These aren't just cars, they're engineering marvels that blend luxury, performance, and pure necessity. Throughout his legendary career, O'Neal collected nicknames like championship rings, the Big Cactus, the Big Aristotle, the Big Shamrock. But beyond the court and the creative monikers, Shaquille built something equally legendary. An automotive empire that showcases his personality, his passion, and his refusal to let physical constraints limit his lifestyle. From powerful pickup trucks to sleek motorcycles, from Italian supercars to unconventional three-wheelers, the Big Shaqtus, yes, that's another nickname, has assembled a collection that tells a story of customization, luxury, and sometimes pure spontaneity. Now at 50 years old, with an estimated fortune of $400 million, O'Neal continues to indulge his automotive obsessions with vehicles that range from practical to absolutely bizarre. Today on Apex Torque, we're taking you inside Shaquille O'Neal's remarkable car collection. 98 Ferrari 355 F1 Spider. Our journey begins with Italian exotics. The Ferrari 355 F1 Spider represents one of the most challenging customization projects in Shaq's collection. Picture this, a legendary Italian sports car, designed for nimble handling and compact performance, now tasked with housing a 7'1" NBA superstar. The modifications required weren't cosmetic, they were structural. The critical issue centered around the engine mounting system. Engineers had to stretch the entire chassis to create additional interior volume, but that wasn't enough. The roof? Completely removed. Without this radical surgery, Shaq would have spent every drive hunched over, shoulders slumped, unable to sit naturally in a vehicle that cost more than most people's homes. The story doesn't end with the modifications, though. In a twist worthy of a Hollywood screenplay, Shaq eventually sold this customized Ferrari to a museum. Years later, that institution was exposed for fraudulent activities. When authorities raided the premises, they discovered the Ferrari still inside, bearing its original identification tag, Shaq F1. The Superman Mobile, 2003. Hummer H2. If ever a vehicle embodied Shaq's larger-than-life persona, it's this Hummer H2. This isn't just any H2. This particular beast rolls on 26-inch Asante rims, each one handcrafted and engraved with Superman logos on every single spoke. The fuel tank cover, also adorned with the Superman emblem, because when you're Shaq, branding consistency matters. Step inside and you'll barely notice the luxury interior, not because it's lacking, but because your attention will immediately get drawn to the 18-inch subwoofer installed to transform every drive into a mobile concert experience. Critics often lambasted the Hummer H2 as environmentally irresponsible, a symbol of excess in an era of increasing ecological awareness. But from another perspective, this vehicle represents the perfect marriage of size and celebrity, a machine that matches the magnitude of its owner. The impossible fit, smart car, here's where Shaq's collection takes a comedic turn. Imagine the world's smallest production car. Now imagine one of the world's largest humans attempting to operate it. The smart car, with its toaster-like proportions, challenge as even average-sized individuals. For someone of Shaq's dimensions, it's almost comically impractical. High school basketball players would struggle in this vehicle. How Shaquille O'Neal manages to fold himself into this automotive impossibility remains one of the great mysteries of celebrity car ownership. The Butterfly Effect, 2002, Cadillac Escalade. Does your Cadillac Escalade feature butterfly doors? Does it sport Superman logos on the front grille? If not, then you don't own Shaq's Escalade. This luxury SUV underwent significant modifications to suit its famous owner. The The tires were widened substantially to support his considerable weight while maintaining ride quality. The entire vehicle was lowered, not for functional reasons, but purely for aesthetic preference. Those butterfly doors, while visually stunning, don't actually create additional vertical space. Instead, they address a different challenge: width. At 300 pounds, entering and exiting traditional doors becomes problematic. Butterfly doors swing up and out, creating the clearance necessary for someone of Shaq's build to move comfortably. Its functionality disguised as flash, the essence of Shaq's customization philosophy. The deceptive daily driver, Jeep Wrangler. West Coast. Customs faced an interesting challenge when Shaq commissioned them to build his perfect Jeep Wrangler. The ironic twist: the frame required virtually no modifications to accommodate his 7'1" frame. However, that doesn't mean this vehicle lacks customization. Far from it. The build started with a Wrangler Unlimited chassis, which measures 20.6 inches longer than the standard version. Then came the real innovation. The front and rear doors were permanently fused together, creating one continuous door panel. This wasn't arbitrary. It maintained visual proportion while allowing the front seats to be positioned much further back, giving O'Neal the legroom he desperately needed. The masterstroke? From the street, this Jeep looks completely stock. It's stealth customization at its finest. The Dodge Dynasty. Dodge vehicles have occupied a special place in Shaq's heart for years. His relationship with the brand began with a 2016 Challenger Hellcat featuring aftermarket lighting and custom wheels. The Clayton County, Georgia Sheriff's Department even gifted him a department-spec Dodge Charger, recognizing his contributions to the community. But the real showpiece came from Drop Top Customs in Florida, a fully custom convertible Dodge Challenger. Have you ever seen a Challenger convertible? They don't exist in factory form. This vehicle started as an $80,000 coupe and emerged as a one-of-one convertible masterpiece. Fast forward to today, and Shaq now commands a custom wide-body Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat Demon convertible. This beast started life wearing red paint, but now transitions from black at the front to red along the flanks, with custom graphics adorning the rear quarters. The wheels feature integrated lighting that creates an ethereal glow as the car prowls through Atlanta after dark. For his 50th birthday, O'Neal treated himself to yet another Dodge, a custom Charger SRT Hellcat. The pattern is clear. Dodge has earned its place as one of his favorite manufacturers. Ford's finest Ford markets its F-150 as America's toughest, most versatile pickup truck. Year after year, it dominates sales charts. But even Ford's marketing department couldn't have predicted what Shaq would do with one. He wrapped the entire truck in brilliant gold, then paired it with black rims that give the vehicle an almost arachnid appearance. It's bold, it's brash, it's completely Shaq. But his Ford collection extends far beyond one golden F-150. His garage has housed an F-650 pickup, an F-650 LT SuperDuty, a 2011 Mustang convertible with wide-body modifications, a Bronco 2, and an F-350 pickup. Ford should send him a holiday card. The unexpected three-wheeler, 2018 Vanderhall Venice Roadster. At first glance, the Vanderhall Venice seems like an unlikely choice for someone of Shaq's stature. Yet this three-wheeled roadster has attracted celebrity attention, including Jamie Foxx, for good reasons. This particular Venice packs a turbocharged 1.4-liter four-cylinder engine mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It rolls on 18-inch wheels and features a 400-watt Bluetooth sound system. Most importantly for Shaq, massive legroom. Despite all these features, you can acquire one for approximately $30,000. Shaq has been photographed regularly cruising Malibu in his Venice, proving that sometimes the best rides aren't the most expensive ones. The Cadillac DTS West Coast Customs built this masterpiece during Shaq's tenure with the Miami Heat, and the name alone tells you everything about its personality. The Shackalack. This Cadillac wears a gorgeous candy apple burgundy paint scheme complemented by 22-inch Asante wheels. The total customization cost exceeded $100,000. In 2014, Shaq sent the Shackalack to auction, allowing some lucky collector to own a piece of basketball history. Polaris Progression, the Slingshot. Remember when Shaq purchased a 2-seat Polaris Slingshot? He enjoyed it so much that he upgraded to a 4-seater model, though in his case it might as well be a 3-seater, since the driver's seat must be positioned as far back as physically possible. While standard Polaris four-seaters retail for roughly $16,000, Shaq's version remains shrouded in mystery. Given his reputation for comprehensive customization, we can only imagine what modifications were made. Some details remain deliciously secret. Chrome Dreams, Range Rover. Shaq's affection for chrome is well documented, so his Range Rover's appearance shouldn't surprise anyone. A chrome Superman logo, chrome wheels, chrome mesh grille. It's subtle compared to some of his other builds, but it still broadcasts its owner's identity from blocks away. Sometimes restraint speaks volumes. The chopped Mercedes 2006 S550 convertible. This Mercedes-Benz began its life as a standard S550 sedan. Then things got interesting. The roof was completely removed and replaced with a convertible fabric top, but that was just the beginning. The B-pillar between the doors was eliminated entirely. The rear doors were converted to suicide-style configuration, opening backward for easier access. Every modification served one purpose: making this luxury sedan accessible to someone who simply couldn't fit in the stock version. It's automotive surgery at its most creative. The Bentley revenge story. 3 Bentleys at once. This story reveals everything you need to know about young Shaq's personality. Picture Beverly Hills, the Rolls-Royce dealership. Mike Tyson was there purchasing 2 Bentleys when Shaq walked in. He approached the salesman and asked about pricing. The salesman's response: "Can you afford this, sonny boy?" That condescending question proved expensive for someone, just not Shaq. Insulted and angry, O'Neal purchased 3 Bentleys on the spot. Sure, he was younger then, ego-driven and reactive. Now he's older, wiser, loaded with wealth, and possesses everything imaginable. But that story, that's legendary petty revenge. The Kit Car Secret 2018 Supersized Vader Roadster. Here's a secret about Shaq's custom Vador Roadster. It's not actually a Vador at all. This exotic is actually a kit car built around an Infiniti G35 powertrain. The kit itself costs only $11,000. However, Shaq's version far exceeds that modest sum because he hired Supercraft custom-crafted cars to completely reimagine the build. Every pedal, every seat position, the entire lower dashboard, all modified for comfort. The entire roof was removed to create adequate headroom. Despite these changes, Shaq might still need to duck to avoid insects at highway speeds. It's the price of being a giant in a world built for smaller humans. The Stretched Lambo, 2007. Lamborghini Gallardo. When Gafoglio family metal crafters took on this project, they knew they faced unprecedented challenges. Stretching a Lamborghini Gallardo isn't like modifying a sedan. This vehicle's entire identity revolves around its proportions, its aggressive stance, its carefully calculated dimensions. Yet somehow, Gafoglio managed to extend the doors, windows, and roof to accommodate Shaq, while maintaining the Gallardo's essential character. They relied heavily on their aerospace and coachworks divisions for this transformation. The goal wasn't just functionality, it was preserving the Gallardo's aesthetic authenticity. From most angles, you wouldn't even notice the modifications. But on the road, you'll definitely notice. It's still a Lamborghini after all. Rolling Luxury 2006 Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe. Yes, this Rolls-Royce was modified to accommodate Shaq's frame. Notice the altered roofline, but the real story transcends the vehicle itself. Shaq loves Rolls-Royce automobiles with genuine passion. When he purchased this Phantom Drophead Coupe, he didn't stop at one. He bought another for his teammate at the time, LeBron James. That's the kind of generosity that defines true friendship. He first pimped ride 2003 Lincoln Navigator, the Superman logo on the grille, Shaq's signature trademark by now. This Lincoln Navigator holds historical significance as Shaq's first extensively customized vehicle. West Coast Customs handled the transformation, lowering the suspension and applying a stunning silver-blue metallic paint scheme. Flashing strobe lights were integrated into the front grille, and a Kenny Bell supercharged engine was installed under the hood. Inside, gray suede adorns the headliner while plush black leather seats complete the luxury experience. Ironically, Shaq eventually sold this piece of automotive history. The subsequent owner listed it for $12,500 in May 2018 due to medical conditions. The extended fleet, but Shaq's collection doesn't end there. His garage also houses a 1963 Cadillac Eldorado, a Chevrolet Express G1500, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a Nikola Badger, a Mercedes Sprinter van, a monster chopper trike, and even a custom tour bus. The floating mansion, the Shaq yacht beyond automobiles. Shaq owns a yacht estimated at $130 million. This floating palace can accommodate 24 guests plus 40 crew members. It's a luxurious venue suitable for any event imaginable, the maritime equivalent of his automotive excess. As of now, Shaquille O'Neal's automotive collection comprises approximately 32 vehicles with a combined estimated value of $3.5 million, and that's not including the $130 million yacht. From stretched Lamborghinis to golden pickup trucks, from 3 Bentleys purchased out of spite to kit cars rebuilt from scratch, Shaquille O'Neal's collection represents more than wealth. It represents determination. The determination to never let physical constraints dictate lifestyle choices. Every vehicle tells a story. Every modification solves a problem. Every customization reflects personality. This is what happens when unstoppable ambition meets unlimited resources and a 7'1" frame. Thank you for joining us on Apex Torque for this journey through one of the most unique automotive collections in the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Shaq's extraordinary garage, make sure to subscribe to Apex Torque, hit that like button, and drop a comment telling us which vehicle surprised you most. Until next time, keep your engines roaring and your dreams even bigger than Shaq's garage.